Well, good evening and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm your host, Journey Ryan. It is Tuesday night. Guys, we have a wonderful show for you guys tonight. I cannot wait to get to each and every one of you. Just a little FYI, guys, general reads and medical questions, please. Um, Keep those for the website. General reads seem to take a little bit longer. We're going in different directions. We just have a short time with you guys. So if you guys could focus your energy on a specific question that you have, that would make it easier for us to just tune right in and give you the answers that you seek. Nikki's going to talk to Spirit and give you exactly what you need to hear. So if you have a direct question, she's going to be able to help tune in. I'm going to be able to tune into exactly what you're wanting to hear. Because if you're wanting to talk about George, I want to know about George. Well, George has red shoes. George drives a car. George works every day. Well, that's not what I want to know about George. Well, you weren't specific. That's what I'm talking about. If we focus on the information that you would like to know, let's say about George or about your new job or about employment. Well, there's lots of things that can happen in employment. We have a short time and we try to get to you guys as fast as we can. But unfortunately, if it's too broad, it takes longer to pull the energy as to everything that's coming through. So the broader the question, the more energy we're going to be being shot at us. If you are more direct, we're going to get more specific energy versus just a huge variety of energies being focused. Because like I said, 5 minutes isn't a lot of time. So just know that, we try to get through this as fast as we can. So just make sure you guys have your questions ready. You know what you're looking for. I am going to make this announcement when it comes to mediumship questions. All mediumship questions, unless you jump, you cannot ask a mediumship question. In order to ask mediumship, you must jump. So, other than that, ask a question. We will tell you if Spirit is speaking, just in case it's, really loud and they have a specific message to tell you. But mediumship, please jump the list. And we'll try to give you guys as much time when it comes to jumping the list. You'll have a little bit more time than 5 minutes when it comes to jumps. Okay, guys? So I hope that that helps, gives you guys an understanding. All these new rules and stuff are going to be on season 2. So get prepared for that. We've got a whole new lineup of people, and I cannot wait for you guys to meet them all. All right. Well, it is Tuesday night. That means we are here with the wonderful Nikki Taylor. Nikki, what's up?
Hi, guys. I'm really excited to be here. I'm always excited to be here.
Absolutely. I am too. And all right, everybody heard the bell. That means Mom is here. So really excited that she's here with us. And everybody always says hi. She always says hi back to everybody, including Nikki. Nikki's Mom says hi.
Hi.
So it has been very interesting watching all the energies that have been playing out this week. A lot of I was talking about the wobble to the moon and how it's been affecting balance and how people's energies are being affected by it. And I really still see a lot of people trying to get their sea legs, is what I call them, trying to find that balance with all this change in energy that they're not used to, because the earth doesn't, or the moon doesn't do this as often. So when it does do it, it really throws people off balance.
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing how things that are so seemingly far away or so externalized from ourselves can have such an intimate impact on our daily lives, our routines, our emotions.
Oh yeah.
That's powerful too. And so to understand what's going on celestial is just a really valuable tool to help you navigate your day, your week, your month, your year with much more grace and feel much more powerful rather than things are just kind of happening to you and you're having to pivot really quickly. So thanks for bringing that up, Journey, and letting people know.
There was some of the psychics that I was talking to that were having troubles connecting to spirit on the, trying to do mediumship, that this wobble was even affecting that type of communication as well.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't heard that. I haven't had that experience, although I practice. My gift ebbs and flows in different ways, and I'm tuning into different things. And so I haven't really been partaking in mediumship like in a really concentrated way lately. But that's really interesting. I think it's a good reminder that how interconnected we are to all dimensions, to all, all fractals, or whatever the language is you want to put to it. And remember that your loved ones really are not so far away, and that we can be affected by the same things, the same celestial event. That's really powerful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is very powerful. And I haven't been affected directly in that way either. But, the thing about it is that I connect in multiple ways. I use a lot of Reiki. I use a lot of Reiki energy when I do mediumship as well, because it provides me as basically the amplifier in order to get those vibrations for that communication to come through. And so I feel that helps. Mm-hmm. And not all of them do that. So that's just one of my unique ways of how I integrate my Reiki into my psychic work, because it really helps, especially doing reading after reading. It really can take its toll on your body. So using Reiki energy to help with your readings, mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you, it's like drinking 6 espressos and then going and doing readings, and you're like,
yeah, it kind of sustains you, right? You need a little bit of extra battery pack when you're doing that kind of work. So
absolutely,
that's smart stuff for sure.
All right, guys, I just posted the jump. So if you guys would like to jump to go ahead and get a reading, that is guaranteed. We take jumps for the first half an hour of the show. After that, we'll take whatever's in place and then keep going from there. Guys, I hope you guys are ready. So let's go ahead and take a look at our list here. All right. Starting off with our first reading of the night is Julius. Julius, go ahead and throw us your question. And then Jade Mika? I hope I'm saying that right. Malika? That's it, right? Jade M. That's how we're going to do it. Get your question ready, but do not post it. If I mispronounce your name, it is not on purpose. Trust me. It is not. I'm not trying to do that. And the reason I state that is because people who mispronounce people's names on purpose, it's like, that's so disrespectful. But I would always feel like I was disrespecting somebody if I said it wrong on purpose. All right. So definitely don't want to do that. Julius, are you with us? I love the headband. It looks cute.
Thank you. And I've been doing the middle part. I've been a side parter for about, I don't know. I won't say how many years because I'll age myself too much. But I've been a side parter, and I'm kind of feeling back into this middle kind of 70s part. I'm trying to get it real refined. So thank you
awesome.
for noticing.
I did. I love it. I love it.
Headband's part of the kind of 70s kind of vibe thing I'm doing. So.
All right, we got Julius here. It says, is there a likelihood for me to meet GHB, a Capricorn lady, personality? Personally, we don't know each other, but I'm attracted to her somehow. Okay, so the energy that I see circling this situation when it comes to wanting to meet this person, I know that you're saying that you guys don't know each other, but the beginning stages is finding ways to communicate in small increments, like hi, just if you guys are near each other. But I'm seeing that. Is there a distance between the two of you? Because I feel like I keep seeing distance between the two of you. And again, before you can even say new communication, I didn't see any of that either. Julius, I really don't believe that this is going to turn out in the way that you want it to. I'm getting that as much as you would like this to happen, I'm searching the energy right now and said, yes, there is. So when it comes to that distance and stuff, that really makes it difficult. So there can't be just like a hi, like walking by and, sharing that type of energy in the same space. Like, hey, we like the same things, like we're at the coffee shop or at a gym or something, and you could say, hey, how are you? That makes it a lot difficult. And I've seen that distance for you, but I don't really believe that this is going to turn out the way that you would like it to. I do feel as though that you could make communication happen, but by making it happen, to me, it feels it feels like it would completely just destroy any type of energy, and it would be a huge turnoff on both parties. Like it would throw you off, it would throw them off, and then there couldn't even be a friendship. So I mean, if someone were to introduce you, that would be a different story. But when it comes to this, I do feel like it would be hard pressed to happen. So I don't feel it. I'm going to check over with Nikki and see what she's picking up. But I don't want to upset you on that, but I just don't see that one come into play. But Nikki, what are you picking up?
Hey, Julius. So you're just communicating, or not, I don't even think you're communicating. You're just aware of this person through social media, correct? Or some kind of online presence. You're aware of this person's online presence is what it is. And part of it is that you're a dreamer. So you've got Pisces in your chart somewhere, right? Its placement, Pisces' placement in your chart is significant though, because Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which is this watery, dreamy planet, right? And Pisces are beautiful. Correct. Gotcha. Okay, and so they're like these beautiful dreamers of the zodiac. But then if we want to look at the interferences they experience, it's that they really get caught up in the fantasy of things to the point that it can really detour them from taking the action that needs to be taken. And they can really disconnect from reality, right? They'll build an entire life based off of fantasy. So you've got that Pisces in your chart, and that is definitely lending to that. Now there's beauty in that as well, right? We need dreamers, right? The thing is that she's a Capricorn. She's not a dreamer. She's all about practicality, right? She doesn't want to hear about your hopes and your dreams. She wants to hear about your goals and your plans. And so even if you guys were to meet in person, I don't know that there'd be a really symbiotic relationship there for you. I think that you have a very, what we could call innocent kind of spirit. There's a naivety to you. That's not a criticism. There's a lot of beauty and purity in that. And yet, again, I don't think that lends well to a good experience with this person, not for the long term. If you do want to meet this person, you do want to have a connection, though, you're going to have to take action. You're going to have to step outside of your fantasy and experience in the real world. I do think that once you do that, though, you're going to realize that the reality is not as good as the dream. And by reality, I don't mean the person's not as good as your fantasy of her. I think that it's more the entire relationship, because the fantasy is not really about the person. It's about the interaction, the connection, what the connection will provide for you, what the connection will feel like, and all of that stuff. I don't think that connection is going to live up to your expectations. So I don't know, but prove me wrong. Go for it.
All right. Right at the bell. Great information, Nikki. Thank you so much for that. And Julius, I hope that helps. Remember, as much as we all want certain things, it's almost like watching a movie star, a celebrity. If we get into that fantasy world, that's where this person seems to be riding in, is that world that we wish this could happen. And sometimes you can make things happen, but in this case, I don't believe that would be the best. So view from afar and, enjoy their energy, because you're allowed to enjoy people's energies. But as for anything going forward, I didn't know that. All right. Thank you so much, Julius. All right. Jade M. Jade, go ahead and throw us your question. You are next on our list. All right. Let's see if anybody jumps while I'm going ahead and waiting for Jade to go ahead and post their question. And then the next person in line is going to be Catherine. Catherine, get your question ready. You're next on the list. All right. Jade is here. Jade says, would love to know what the next few months have in store for me, please, and thank you. Okay, do you have a direction you'd like us to go in? Because that's more of a Jen. Because I keep seeing multiple things for you, and I keep seeing finances as one of the focuses for you. And, I see those things changing for you because I'm seeing new opportunity on the horizon. And this will take Finances. So things with the finances is what it was popping up for me. And I seen that, yes, they're going to build up over the next few months. I'm seeing things changing. I'm seeing new opportunities come your way, I keep seeing a chance to build on your own. So basically being an entrepreneur and making things happen for yourself. Not saying that a position at a company won't come up, because I see that as well. But I really feel like you're trying to find ways to build things for yourself. So when you're building that, building your career up and allowing yourself to, yes, work for the man, but I also see you finding ways to work for yourself. So get ready for that, because I definitely feel like those financial changes come as we go through August, September. As we get into October, you're finding yourself a little bit more balanced with your finances, and even having a couple extra bucks in your pocket, meaning you're not spending everything on your livelihood. You're actually able to put some stuff away, and things get better for you. So get prepared for that and continue to keep working hard. I feel like you're going in the right direction. I'm going to hand this over to Nikki and see what she's got to say.
Hey Jade. Okay, so I can see that historically with money, you've been in conflict with yourself a lot over it. So part of you has been like, I want it, I want it, I want it. Another part of you is like, I don't need it, I don't care. I'm going to live out of a van in Costa Rica on the beach, right? And so it's just this like real polarity in your feelings about money. There's some emotional stuff surrounding that too. I think there's wanting money, or just wanting and needing and really working towards financial security make me shallow and things like that. And there's a part of you that has an association with your elevation and your spirituality being detached from monetary things. And so an idea of living like off the land or living without money has a very healing kind of energy to you. So I would just urge you to really know that whatever you want and desire is right. There's no shame, right? If being really secure financially or having a really big house, that's okay. It's okay to want that. We're very indoctrinated to think that that's superficial and shallow, and it's not. If that's the only thing we want and we go after it at the expense of our well-being, the earth's well-being, other people's well-being, that becomes a problem. But if that's not the case, it's not a problem. Want what you want, baby. You want a Porsche, go get a Porsche. Right now, you're in a space of creating balance. So you're definitely being mindful with where your money's going, what's coming in, and just trying to create a lot of symmetry, harmony. I can see, are you working on like your credit or something right now? Because it's like you're trying to create, so the word that's coming through is justice, but justice is adjustment, right? To create justice is to adjust things. And then as you move forward, I see you manifesting based on what you want. You've got a tarot card here, which is the Star. It's a major arcana card. And it's really about, the star is a navigation system, right? Sailors still to this day, I think, even can navigate by the stars, right? It's a beautiful thing. But that requires a lot of faith, right? Especially when you know there's like technology available. So I see you moving into a space when it comes to your manifesting, finances and what wealth and abundance in your framework, what that looks like to you. I see you manifesting that based on this really intuitive navigation system and faith, and really tuning into what we just talked about, which was you deserve what you want. You deserve to feel satisfied. You deserve pleasure, right? There's no shame in that. And as you tune into that, you're going to be able to bring the luxuries that you desire into your life. And luxury looks different for everyone, right? Some people luxury is a nice blanket. Some people it's, a nice car. So your idea of luxury is going to be able to make itself apparent in your material world as you tune into the fact that you're worthy of it and that you deserve it.
All right. Awesome sauce. Good stuff. All right, Jade, I hope that helps. All right, well, let's keep on going. Catherine said she's just here for the free drinks. So let's go ahead with Sandra. Sandra W., go ahead and throw us your question. Excuse me. Your question. Jade says, thank you so much. That definitely resonates with me 100%. Thanks so much. You are welcome, sweetheart. All right. All right. Sandra is any guidance on my spiritual path, please? Okay, so when it comes to your spiritual path, the very first thing that I saw when it comes to spiritual path is confidence, believing in what you're knowing, no second guessing. Um, you can see things and then you're like, is that right? Is it not right? Don't do that to yourself. That's the only thing that's a real warning for you. Working that muscle is the next thing. Is that the thing is that what I'm seeing for you, I do see things opening up. I feel like you're getting stronger, but confidence needs to come with that strength. Every time you get a little stronger, you need to believe in yourself a little bit more because you're getting a little bit more. You're getting a bigger piece of the pie. I feel as though that you start to see it a little bit more. You're getting a little bit more in depth, and there are even times where you're gonna be like, I don't even know how the hell I knew that, but you do know how you knew that. That's your psychic gift opening up for you. I feel like you've got some really good spiritual guides that are working with you. They're really trying to give you the signs and the information that you're trying to receive and pick up. Things that you're picking up naturally. You're very good about that, but at the same time, again, it comes back to, you know, how did I get that? Am I right? You are right. And you'll find out that the first thought that you had was the original and it was the right one. So you're automatically getting the right answer, but you're scared to not move it forward because you want to be right. But at the same time, we always, even when I was beginning, I did the same thing. I was like, I know that this is right, but if you can't live in what if world and you can't live in but. So eliminate but out of your readings. Eliminate that out of your spiritual path. You know what's coming for you. I feel as though that your dreams are really vivid right now. That's because you're getting more information while you're sleeping because the mind is not as busy. So you're able to process more during your dream state and you're having a lot of deja vu. So that's not surprising to me. Just hang in there. I feel like you're going to grow. I see beautiful things for you. Believe in yourself, honey. You're going to go far. You're going to go far. I'm going to pass this over to Nikki and see what she's got for you. Nikki, what's going on?
Hi, honey. So your spiritual path, you want to know about your spiritual path. So I think you say yes. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong here. I think what you mean by wanting to know about your spiritual path is, are you elevating? Are you on the right path? And are you expanding and experiencing growth? The answer to that is yes. Your growth, your evolution lies in two things primarily right now, and that's grief work and sobriety. You've got heavy restriction showing up in your cards, which tells me that you are restricting yourself. And I'm not going to go into detail about that on a live reading. You know what that is. And so it's really important for you to know that that you're not alone, that you are worthy of nourishment, that you are safe, and that you deserve to feel safe and nourished in your own body. And so that needs to be your focus right now. That's your spiritual work. Your spiritual work is very connected to your physical body and earthly things, and then also your grief work. So I would get on that tree.
All right. I definitely feel that you're on your right paths, and they are going to continue to keep getting more consistent. You'll start seeing you'll be connecting these dots and realizing, I do believe you're on the right path, honey. All right, but pay attention to those dreams and the deja vu because you're going to find yourself knowing what's next, and trust your instincts on it because I do believe that as well. All right. Let's keep on going here. Our next person on the list is Catherine with a K. You are next, so go ahead and throw us your question. And then after Catherine is going to be... Oh, hang on, guys. My list screwed it up. Christina A. Christina A, get your question ready. You'll be right after Catherine. Catherine says, do I have a loved one watching out for me, and who is it? I do see a couple loved ones for you, honestly. First one is a male figure. I'm going to say great-grandfather. Is he a great-grandfather or great-uncle? He would be on your mother's side. He watches over you. He does protect you. He also gives you signs. He makes sure that you're paying attention to the things that surround you. Sometimes you get too busy and you take on too much. So he throws signs at you to let you know, hey, pay attention to this. Hey, put your focus into this. You like triple numbers, things like that. Signs that you would recognize, things that you would understand that would connect to somebody else, just so that you could pay attention to that. So those are that types of things. So to be honest with you, you have loved ones. They are watching out for you, and they say that they love you. So just know that they circle you. I'm going to pass this over to Nikki and see what she's got to say for you.
Hi, sweetheart. So as far as loved ones being around you, let's see. I don't see anything specifically about loved ones or who they are. I do see, though, that your celestial team is bringing up finances for you in your present, grief work in your near future. You've got courage in your past, which tells me that you've historically had to be brave in despite of fear. That's what courage is, right? It's being afraid and still doing it, right? There's a financial aspect here for you that's connected to your mother's side of the family. It might be connected just directly to your mother, which means that it's like the relationship with money that you have was definitely was inherited. It was definitely passed down to you on mother's side or directly from mother herself. You've got some things in the works that are coming to completion, so you're bringing things full circle. You're in school right now, I'm assuming. And so I just want to make sure that you know that your celestial team is wanting you to stick with that. So whether there's like an interruption in education though going on. So I'm not sure if that interruption is right now or if it just passed or if it's coming up, because I'm not seeing it in like a framework. Know that whether it just passed, it's happening right now, or it's coming up, it's meant to be temporary, right? You're not meant to quit school or be done with school. So I would keep that in mind. That's really important. And then you got the vigilance card coming up, which is basically vigilance really has to do with consistency. To be vigilant is to consistently protect and guard and cherish the things that you love, right? And so when it comes to your education, that's really important. You've got 9 somewhere in your numerology chart, which shows that there's an interruption in education for you. So this has happened quite a bit. So I'm not sure if you changed schools a lot when you were younger, or you had some difficulties in schools, you were pulled out of class for some reason, but there's interruptions occurring around education, and this hasn't stopped. This is a historical pattern. This is something that you're definitely meant to break. And so know that you're supported in this by your celestial team, your ancestors, loved ones for sure, and that you're not doing that alone, because it definitely feels like a task for you.
All right. Well, thanks, Nikki.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
You are welcome.
Catherine, I hope that helps. All right, guys. Remember, mediumship is if you jump only, guys. Remember, mediumship is only if you jump. Other than that, please ask a question, and we'll try to get to it as fast as we can. Now, these things are some of the new rules that we're putting in place, so just bear with us as we go through it. I kind of jumped right into that one, so.
Yeah, well, and the mediumship, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Ryan,
right.
Or Journey, sorry, but there, I see your last name and I put it in front.
Yes.
the rules around mediumship it's not to restrict the viewers or to not give you what you guys need, because I can only speak for myself. I think you feel the same, is that as a healer, we want to provide, right? We want to get you guys recalibrated and healed and feeling joyous. But at the same time, because we do energy work for a living, we understand in a profound way that we have to be provided for as well. And if we're not, we can't keep coming to the table to serve you. And in the end, it doesn't just affect us, it affects you, and we care about you guys so much. And so I think that rule is really in place so that you guys can be better provided for, by us being provided for, right? It's all cyclical, it's so connected.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we are going to take a quick break, but after the break, we will get to some more questions. Christina A., get your question ready, and we'll take your question right after the break. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, guys, and we are back. Christina A., go ahead and throw us your question. The next person in line after Christina is going to be C. Stevens. Get your question ready, but do not post it. You are next on our list. Remember, guys, if you don't get the opportunity to get a reading here on our show here, 30 minutes after the show, which will be 11:30 Eastern Time, 10:30 Central, and
8:30 Pacific time.
You guys
Don't make me do math, Journey. That's cruel. It's cruel.
I know.
I don't like it.
I'm gonna get the clock so I don't have to do that no more.
Yeah. I know. I panic every time. Like, oh my god! Like I have to do some calculation.
What?
Oh goodness.
You're fired. No math after this.
Yes, yeah, but come see me, guys, because I like connecting with you guys in that intimate way. It feels more intimate. I love connecting with you here as well. It's just they're both valuable and different, and I love both opportunities. So come see me afterwards.
Absolutely, guys. Remember, every Tuesday night, 30 minutes after our show, you can always find Nikki, and she will be doing an amazing show for you guys and talking with each and every one of you. You guys will be able to get a one-card oracle, one free oracle reading, or you can jump to get a mini reading, and that is a 3-card pull with lots and lots of information for you. So definitely tune in for that, guys. It's an amazing show. And Nikki's amazing, so that's what makes it even better.
Thank you. You're amazing too, baby doll.
Woo-hoo. Gotta love that too. All right, so Christina's with us, and Christina says, hey, wanting to know what's going on with him now, and will he still message me and open up to me through messaging or in person? Okay, so I do believe that the first reach out is going to be messenger of some kind. I don't feel that he'll have the courage in order to do it in person or to even pick up the phone and be like, hey, how's it going? I feel as though that he's going to break the ice that way just due to the lack there of communication. Still a lot of focus on his finances, but those are balancing out for him. So he's starting to find his way through his financial mess. It's not solved yet. So that's why we're still seeing the focus on the finances for him. But as for him coming through, yes, he will do it. But with him, when he gets on a one-track mind like he is right now, which is totally just completely singled around finances, how do I bail myself out? I even feel like he's trying to see what is going on here. So while he's working on it, while he's fixing these things, he's totally just one track minding it right now. Not saying that you're not on the back part of his mind and that he's not thinking about you, but the finances, his well-being, and that's really what it is his well-being, more so than just, everybody likes money because it helps make the world go around, because it makes us go around. We're based off of money at this point. Hopefully one day we won't have to be. But the thing is that, it's all about him focusing and getting these things done. So things are starting to ease up. They feel a little bit better. He feels a little bit stronger. So his intent on just totally focused on finances and trying to work, what is best for me. You got to just allow yourself to give it more time. I know that you really want him to reach out, and I get that. And the waiting is always the crappier part of things. But I'm going to say this. Allow him to work through what he needs to, and you want him to work through what he needs to before he comes to communicate with you, because you don't want to find yourself going through a hot and cold stage with him. You don't want him to be like, oh, yeah, I'm all about you, and then 10 minutes later he pulls back because something changed in his financial world that totally rips him away again, and he sees this as a fear. So let him go through what he's going through. This is definitely well worth the wait when it comes to that. So hang in there. I know the waiting is the sucky part, but you guys will get through that, and I do see him coming through. So hang in there for just a little bit longer. I'm going to pass this over to Nikki. Nikki, what's going on?
So, I've got some feedback coming through. Oh, okay, it's gone. Sorry, when you talk and then you can hear yourself talk right after, and it's like super confusing.
Yes.
Okay, I had that for a second. It was like, so I can see that it was completed recently, and so, Christina A says, were his finances that bad? And so, Journey, let me read for you, Christina, and then Journey can come through and answer that for you. So what I see is that when this ended recently, it was like ended under the caveat that it was over, like for good. Like, this is done. It's not happening again. I do see you guys reuniting, and I think it'll be stabler the next time around. However, there's decisions that are going to need to be made. It's going to be stabler the next time around, I think, because it's almost like he's going to be more distracted, and so less inclined to participate in the low-level chaos that's occurring. It's going to be important for you the decisions are going to be on both ends. You guys really need to decide. Sorry, Christina says, I have definitely been taught patience with the situation. And so it's going to be for both of you guys to decide whether or not you want to be together and what you're willing to put into it. And separately for you, I think it's important for you to really get down to the nitty-gritty with yourself about what does love look like for you? What does love feel like to you? What does a relationship feel like to you? Like, what feels good and yummy? Is it someone who brings you flowers? Is it someone how do you provide for your lover? What's your favorite way to show your love? What's your favorite way to receive love? What does it look like? Is it a lot of time spent together? Is it acts of service? It's kind of like the love languages. And I want you to really tune into what that looks like and what it feels like. Because if you're not feeling that and experiencing that, it's not worth it, right? Because we get one life, right? One trip here on earth. And it's important for us to experience love in the way that's fulfilling to us and it's fulfilling to our partner. It's a two-way street. So it's really valuable and healing to receive love, but it's equally as valuable and healing to give love, right? And when we're doing it authentically, that's what matters, right? It's not about being in a relationship based on something we saw in a movie or based on how it looks to our friends or what that person symbolizes to us or how we feel because we're with that person. That is all bullshit. Okay. So I want you to tune into that because when you guys get back together, it's going to feel really stable and it's going to become routine and you guys are both there's going to be a risk for you guys. There's going to be a risk for you guys settling down into something without being really in tune with yourselves or with each other about where you're going. It's like you guys are going to settle into this boat and set off to sea with no destination. There needs to be a destination. What is this relationship heading towards? What does it look like in the long run? Okay. So I want you to think about that kind of stuff and start working on that before the reunion occurs. Christina A says, LOL, I got you, girl. Oh, I got you too. And so does Spirit. So
Absolutely. And patience is definitely something that we learned from the situation, and not just for you, but for him as well, because his patience came in a different aspect, which came in his finances, as to being patient and having to get things put together. When it came down to his finances, yes, his finances kind of got into a whirlwind when he got to a point of giving up, so he stopped caring. And then that kind of threw him down a dusty road and a dirty path. So now he realized he's got to pick himself back up, which is good. That means he's in a better headspace, and that makes things better for him, which he's putting his life back together. Because when he gets down on himself, and then he kind of lets things go. It's kind of like avoiding things. So just know that he's gotten things back on track. He's not quite 100% where he wants to be, but he's getting there. All right. Just to finish off what you asked before on that situation, I need C. Stevens to go ahead and throw their question out, and then Valerie Cox, get your question ready. You'll be right after C. Stevens. I feel that psychic writing going on.
I know. I write down your guys' names when I hear who's next so I can connect to your energy, and then I write down the information that comes through. And you can do that for yourself too, guys. You can sit down and write and let stuff kind of flow through you. And it's a really powerful way to connect not only to spirit, but also connect to yourself and what you're really feeling, what you may not be expressing. A lot of our expression happens between us and another person. And then so we change what we're going to say because we don't want to hurt that person's feelings or we want to be liked or accepted. So when we're putting it on paper, it's outside of that framework. We get to express ourselves like in the most organic way. So it's really powerful, you guys.
Absolutely. There's times where I take a pen or a pencil and I put it in my hand, and I can be doing a mediumship reading. And as I'm getting a ton of download information, there are certain things that I may overlook while I'm seeing it or hearing it, and vibration comes through my hands and actually writes down key elements as to the reading to help. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't forget about this, blah 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 blah, and it just comes out.
That's our body. So we receive information cognitively. We receive visual information in our heart. We receive information in our gut. Receive it through our body, right? So there's all those ways. So, yeah.
All right, we got C. Stevens here, so let's go ahead and take their question. C. Stevens says, do you have any updates on how my recent boyfriend is feeling and thinking about his behavior and the breakup, possibly communication, healing, or relationship? What are his parents and his son advising him to do? Well, Cindy, I'm going to say this. When it comes down to the situation of your guys' communication, I do not feel that is going to be a good conversation. I do see that the energy is there, but I don't see him going, oh, that's okay. My behavior was this. I don't feel that he's going to take any type of blame. He's not going to own up to anything, which is only going to cause you guys to argue and this argument to be continuous. As it goes for his parents or his son's input, I'm going to tell you right now, he's not paying attention to anything that they're saying. He's got it in his mind right now that he is right, and I don't feel that that's going to change anytime soon. And the communication between the two of you, it looks like reach out on your part, but ignoring on his part. And I feel like you're going to keep finding that will happen until he's ready to come around. And when he does, like I said, it leads to an argument. So I'm going to say when it comes down to that point and there's that type of energy, I really honestly would not continue that type of conversation until someone can calm down. As for you guys coming back together as a couple, I'm really hard pressed to even say yes on that because I do feel like you would want the relationship, but my recommendation is not to take this relationship because to me, this looks like it's going to continue to stay toxic. The ego is going to get bigger, and your feelings are the ones that are going to get hurt. So in order to protect you, I had to say that. But in hindsight, yeah, eventually at some point he's going to want to make amends because he can't find anybody else that's going to take his behavior and the way that you have. And so he feels like, oh, well, she'll listen to me. And then he goes back your way. He's feeling lonely. He's feeling vulnerable. But he's not coming back for the right reasons. So take that into consideration when this happens. But do know there's another fight on the horizon. I'm going to pass this over to Nikki and see what she's got for you.
Hi, sweetheart. So I want to be gentle here, but I'm going to say it like it is at the same time. Journey's 100% spot on when it comes to this being toxic. This is a toxic engagement that you're involved in, toxic interaction. The fact that it's dissolved is of benefit to you, not a hindrance. This is a good thing that it's dissolved. It's painful because you have a trauma attachment to him. That's why it's painful. And Journey talking about him wanting to come in and make amends, it's because if he doesn't have a supply for this traumatic, like emotional attachment, he's going to come back to you because he knows he can get it from you because he's gotten it before. Now, I'm not villainizing him. I don't know anything about him. I only know his energy in this interaction with you, right? It doesn't mean that this is who he is as a person or in all fractals or anything like that. And it doesn't mean it's your fault that he's just like this with you. I don't think he's just like this with you, but you know what I mean? What happens is you have a lot of grief and healing from your past that needs to occur, right? So whether you need to go to therapy, do yoga, exercise, it's time to start removing some of these false perspectives and illusions you have about yourself based on things that occurred in your childhood and in your younger years. It's like a self-worth thing for sure. And so you really want recognition and validation from him above anything else. You just want him to recognize and validation and to validate that your experience. Okay, so you say, I really thought he was a good person, but he does have an ego and a temper. We all have an ego and a temper, honey. Our ego is not a negative thing. Our ego is our identity. But you're saying he has like some toxic ego traits. Fair enough. We all do, my love. It's whether or not we actively participate in it and how we temper that. What's happening here is that you need him to validate that your experience was valid and that it was painful and that it was real. It's not even that you want him back, because what are you wanting back? The pain, the heartache, the toxic? You want to drink a little more of the poison? No. What you want is him to come back and validate you and say, you know what? Like I was not good to you. And your feelings were valid, and your experience and the way that you expressed your experience to me is valid, even though I told you it wasn't. That's what you want, and you're not going to get that. And so It's important for you to be able to provide that validation for yourself and allow me now to provide that validation for you. Let me give you what he's not going to give you, which is that your experience was valid. The way that you expressed your experience was valid. The harm, hurt, difficulty, and interference that you experienced was valid. You are right to feel hurt. You are right to feel pained. It's understandable that you want him back because your love was real and authentic. Now that you have that closure, you need to start thinking about moving forward. And as you do, when you do your grief work and you're healing from your past, it's important for you to think about your diet and what you're eating and your nourishment. That's really important at this time. You're not feeding yourself well, whether you're under eating or overeating or you're eating crap. It's important to get some good nourishment in your body because your body's really processed a lot for you. Your body's been a vessel while you've been going through this chaos. It's time to take care of your body a little bit, my love. And know that you're not alone. You're supported. I'm here. Journey's here. Your celestial team and ancestors are there. You are never alone.
All right. Good stuff. Valerie Cox, you are next on our list. After Valerie is going to be Jen S. Jen, get your question ready, but do not post it. We will call for your question here in just a moment. All right. Valerie here says, what should I do about my relationship with my partner?
What should I know about my relationship?
Well, there's many things you need to know. What is it that you're specifically looking for? I feel like you're looking for something specific, and I keep finding there's fear in the trust issues of this relationship. So I just want to make sure that I'm giving you what you're looking for about this relationship. So what is it that you're specifically looking for? Because I feel as though that you have fear in your partner, and something's causing that fear, and it's showing trust. Trust is an issue. And I feel as though that this trust, stems from not just this relationship, but relationships past. And that's what I'm seeing connection to. I don't see that. She says, yes, my past has been rough. And I feel like your past is kind of bleeding into your current relationship. And because I was going to say, I don't really feel like there's a lot that you can't trust your partner, but I do feel that you see certain things that remind you of your past relationships. And I don't feel that you have anything to worry about there. So I want you to hang in there and kind of let what's happened, remember what's happened in the past, but do not bring the past into the present because it can be damaging to the relationship. And I do feel that there can be a little bit of aggravation that happens with all relationships. We are human. We have our good and our bad days, but I don't feel that there's anything that I see personally by looking at your energy between you and your partner that you truly need to work on. But I can say this as my final word on that is that your partner is feeling that pressure. They know that something's bothering you and it's now bothering them. So be aware of what's happening. Don't let the past affect the present. You've learned from the past, but keep going. Don't think that everyone is like your partners from the past, because they're not. You're upgrading and you keep on upgrading, but if you hold on to those things, they can be damaging. I'm going to pass this over to Nikki and see what she's got for you. Nikki?
Hi, sweetheart. So I can see that you guys started off really happy. It was whirlwind. You guys moved really quickly. Lots of just fuzzy, lots of chemistry. Lots of chemistry. I love it. Lots of fuzzy feelings. I can see now that there's some difficulty because I think you guys are not on the same page about some things. So this can be as fundamental as spiritual beliefs, or it could be politics. But you guys haven't had those conversations yet. It's really important for you to understand where you guys lie in your opinions and really feel into how you can hold respect for each other where you differ in certain places, because you guys do have a lot of differing opinions and belief systems on some things. I can see that there's a child involved, so I'm not sure if you already have a child from a past relationship. If not, you may have a child coming soon. So think about if that's something you want. If not, I would be taking precautions for sure if you guys are not being careful. I can see that you have a past relationship that still needs to be forgiven. So you've been hurt in the past, right? And you're still holding on to feelings of just pain. I don't even think it's like an angry resentment. It's just pain, honey. You've just been hurt, and that's okay. Like, but it's time to release that, right? And then I can see that you guys, if you really get your energy on the same page, I think you guys could really be like kind of that boss couple. So I see you guys as both being ambition. So you guys both have fire signs in your chart. So I'm not sure where that lies. There's an Aries, and one of you has Aries in like your big three, I think. There's a lot of ambition there for you guys, and you guys could really do a lot of stuff. You guys could travel and have a lot of fun together. But it's time for you guys to have those conversations and get it out of the way about how you feel about things, and give yourselves the opportunity to hold respect for each other with differing viewpoints. That's really valuable, and it's going to strengthen your relationship, and it's a very intimate thing to do. Just sit there and say, hey, I don't think like you do on that topic, and yet I can respect you. I can hold space for your viewpoint. That's deep relationship stuff right there. Also be mindful of addiction stuff, whether that's with you or him. That can be, it can be drugs and alcohol, it can be food, it can be screen time, it can be all kinds of things. It's overconsumption. So be mindful of that for you and yourself as you guys move forward.
Beautiful. Good words there, Nikki.
Thank you.
All right. So Jen S., you will be our last question of the night. But remember, guys, in 30 minutes after this show, Nikki's going to be on, and she's going to be giving you guys some love, light, and some understanding. So definitely stay tuned for that, and get that. You can get a one free oracle reading, or you can get your mini reading. All you would do is click on the link and go ahead and make that donation to get that reading. And it's well worth it.
Oh, thank you.
Valerie said that. Thank you so much. This was very helpful.
You're welcome, Valerie.
All right, Jen, are you around, Jen? Jen S. Go ahead and throw us your question. And guys, look in the prompter where everybody's messages and stuff go. We are putting information. Guys, Divine Time with Nikki Taylor is right here on the same channel. It'll just be the next live that starts on the channel that you're on. You guys can find her every Tuesday night after our show. So, fun stuff.
So take a break, get yourself something to drink, get a cozy blanket, get all settled in, wash your face, take your bra off, girls. Take your bra off, get comfortable, and settle in for those readings, okay?
I'm going to buy one just to take off for the show.
Yeah, I'm the ladies know. The ladies know. As soon as we walk through the door, it's hair up, lashes off, bra off. Like the bra, just burn it. I don't care.
Free yourself. Free
yourself.
Absolutely. Okay, so no Jennifer S. Go ahead with Kayla Smith. Kayla, go ahead and throw us your question. You will be the last question of the night. And then, guys, remember, Nikki's show is right after this one. It's about 30 minutes right after this. Kayla says, do you see a man in my future? I do see... Okay, so I'm pretty sure you're looking for someone that's not just, well, there's a man in my future. You're looking for someone to spend your life with. When it comes down to it, I do feel that you will find what you're looking for. But between now and the end of the year, I feel like you're going to find yourself going, You'll go on some dates, you'll have a good time, but finding someone who is significant, someone who's powerful, someone who connects, you guys are on the same level, that I do believe won't happen until we get into the, I would say, mid-January of 2022. So it's not that far away, but it's not next week or next month. So just know that, yes, there is someone that is for you in your future, but for now, I feel as like the door needs to open, and I feel as though that this is a time for you to kind of get more comfortable back into the dating world. I don't feel that you've been very comfortable, but the thing is that you're gonna find a couple idiots in tinfoil, but that's okay. Thanks for the dinner, sayonara. I know that's not what I want, and I get this is you figuring out the things that you want and what you don't want, but it also gets you back out into the world of dating, which will help you get seen and get noticed by somebody. This is what draws that energy in, because you're finally knowing what you want. And don't let anyone tell you that you're being too picky when it comes to you dating, because it's not that you're being picky. There's a thing called, I know what I want, and I'm not trying to settle for less. I'm not going to be like, well, he makes $1 million, but he likes to hit a bitch every now and then. You don't want that. You don't want to be hit. You're great. You're financially stable, but if you like to beat people, I'm going to keep going. I can make money, son. It's just, you're looking for that right person. So don't let anybody tell you that you're being too picky, because you're not. You know what you're looking for. I want you to go out there and get it, and I want you to be happy. And you know what? You're going to find that. We all go and run into the idiots in tinfoil, but don't worry. Prince Charming is coming. The knight in shining armor will show up. You will be happy. Says, love the honesty, Journey. No problem, sweetheart. I'm going to pass it over to Nikki to give you another dose of some honesty.
Okay, sweetheart. So, yes. Do I see a man in your future? Yeah, I see a lot of men in your future. Not like that, but that's not what you're looking for. Just like Journey said, what you want to know is, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mean to speak for you, but is your champion lover in your future, right? Is your man coming? Not a man, is your man coming? Your partner? Yes, 100%. Unity is in the cards for you. But it comes through you connecting with yourself first, which I know sounds like a bunch of, oh gosh, but really you need to go inside and do some of the inner stuff. And I think you're already doing that. You're spending time with yourself, connecting to yourself. But I want you to take yourself on a date. Seriously, go buy yourself some flowers. Have a bath, take yourself to a nice dinner, or order something in. Give yourself that love and care and nourishment. I want you to take yourself on a date. It's homework, baby doll. Dress up for it, buy yourself some new perfume, whatever you would do for, I'm so tired of myself. And you know what? That's a problem. That's a problem. I know you say LOL at the end. But you are your eternal companion. And then we reflect to each other, and partnership is very valuable. It's very important. It's necessary. We're not meant to be alone. And yet our connection with ourselves is where that starts. It's the very beginning, right? And the quality of connection that we have with ourselves then amplifies out, and we're able to have that same level and quality of connection with others. So what you want is your champion lover, but nobody's coming to save you. No one's coming. There's not a missing piece that somebody's filling in, right? It's two wholes coming together, not two halves. The two halves thing, creating a whole, is a myth. It's two wholes coming together and then operating together, right? And so don't be tired of yourself. Why would you be tired of yourself? You're gorgeous. You're fun. You're smart. Go get a new dress, buy yourself some roses, and take yourself out on a date. I do think you've got some monetary gifts coming up too in the future. And I do think that your next fella, your next man, your champion lover, I think he's going to be someone who his love language is gifts for you. So you're going to know that because he's going to bring you flowers, which I keep bringing up flowers because, because I love them. And I'll show you here is, I talk the talk and I walk the walk, because nobody bought these for me, sweetheart. I bought these for myself. these red roses, because that's what we do. We love ourselves. We get ourselves the things that we want and need. And then, like magic, because the universe is magic, that's what then gets attracted to us. So you do it for yourself first, and you're going to see your man. You're going to see your man standing on that porch with a dozen roses. It's very, very gift giver. So I love it for you.
I like it. I love it. Those flowers were beautiful.
Aren't they gorgeous? And the label on them, when I bought them, they had a little label and it said freedom. And I went, yeah, I want a little bit of that. I want a little bit of freedom in my life. I want to be free. And so yeah, I had to get them.
Yes, the message says it all too.
Mm-hmm.
Love it, girl. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
All right, guys. Remember, guys, in about 20 minutes, we are going to be live again. I won't be live with Nikki, but Nikki is going to be live with Nikki. And, guys, get that reading. She's got some amazing insight, and she's got some awesome words that you guys need to hear. So tune in. Get that mini read, guys. It's well worth it. Get the mini read. You're going to enjoy yourself. And, Nikki, it's always a pleasure being here with you.
Yeah, I feel the same.
I cannot wait. We get back to season 2, which is right around the corner, guys. September 27th. We go back to our 2-hour shows, and we get the opportunity to sit and talk with you just a little bit longer. All right. Well, from everyone here at My Psychic Connection, we want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in to Nikki's show in about 20 minutes. Until then, have a great night, everybody.